Okay, let's just jump right in. You know how every time Apple drops a big new iOS update, like this one, iOS 26 with all the liquid glass stuff, everyone just obsesses over the big flashy features?
Exactly. The headlines are always about the stuff they show on the keynote stage.
Right, but if you actually, use your phone every day, the real value and honestly the real annoyances are buried deep in the Settings app.
That's where the real story is. We dove into the source materials, and what we found are these tiny adjustments that Apple just silently changed.
And they completely alter how you type, how you make calls, everything. So our mission today is to, well, shortcut that whole discovery process for you. We're going straight for the hidden gems and the, frankly, shocking default changes that might be driving you a little crazy right now.
It's so true. A simple flip default, something you don't even know changed, can break years of muscle memory and just cause so much frustration. You think your phone is broken.
Yeah. When really it's just a setting. Okay, I have to start with the biggest one. The one that genuinely made me think my new phone was faulty.
Let me guess. The keyboard.
The keyboard. I am still in disbelief. I've been using iPhones for, what, over a decade? And that little bubble that pops up when you press a key?
The character preview.
Yes. It was just gone. In iOS 26, they turned it off by default.
They did, and the consensus seems to be that they did it to reduce animations, make the interface feel a bit cleaner, maybe a little faster.
Wait, seriously, that's the reason. I just felt like my typing was off, like my fingers weren't hitting the right keys. It felt so sluggish.
But that visual confirmation is everything. It's how you know you've hit the A instead of the S before you even lift your thumb.
So the fix is actually really simple, but you'd never find it unless you were looking. You have to go into configuration, then general.
And then keyboard. And the toggle you're looking for is literally called character preview.
Just flip that back on and everything feels right again.
Yes.
That is like fix number one for anyone who's just updated.
Absolutely essential. And while we're on things that break habits, we have to talk about the recents list in the phone app.
Oh, this one caused an uproar. Before, you'd go to Recents, you'd tap a name, and it would call them. Simple.
That was the universal expectation, right?
And now you tap a name and it just opens their contact card. You have to hunt for that tiny little phone icon to actually make the call.
Which is an extra step that feels totally wrong when you're in a hurry. The justification, from what we can tell, was to stop accidental calls.
And you can change it back, thankfully. Deep in the phone settings, there's a little switch called Tap Reasons for Call.
Enable that, and it goes right back to the old way. Tap the name, it calls.
Okay, but here's where I actually disagree with the uproar. I kind of prefer the new way.
Oh, interesting. Why is that?
Because I have fat fingers.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly making accidental calls when I'm just trying to scroll. It is way harder to accidentally hit that tiny icon than the huge name.
That is a perfect point. It's that classic Apple trade-off, isn't it? Convenience versus preventing mistakes.
Yeah, it forces you to be intentional. I like that. But speaking of intentionality, let's talk about what I think is the most revolutionary new feature in here. It's all about unknown callers.
The call screening. This is massive. A genuine fix for a modern problem.
It really is. For years, you had two terrible choices, right? You could silence all unknown calls.
And then you miss the call from the delivery guy or the doctor's office.
Or you let them all ring, and you get spammed all day by telemarketers. It was no good option.
Until now.
Exactly. Under configuration, then phone settings, there's a new feature called Request Call Reason.
This is such a game changer. What it does is, if an unknown number calls you, it prompts them to state why they're calling before it ever rings on your end.
And here's the brilliant part. Your phone doesn't ring. You just get a silent notification on your screen that shows you a transcription of what they said.
The example in the sources was perfect. You're working, your phone stays silent, but a notification pops up that reads, "Reason for call. Contacting you from FedEx package delivery. I need the gate code."
That's it. That's the whole thing. That little piece of context is everything. You know to answer that call. But if the notification says offering you a lower credit card rate,
You just ignore it. Your day isn't interrupted. It is so much smarter than just silencing everything.
everyone should turn this on. It's way better than the old options. And while we're in phone settings, there's another one. Call waiting assistant detection.
Yeah, this one is subtle, but really helpful if you ever have to call like a bank or your utility company.
Right. Those horrible automated menus. Press 1 for.
What this seems to do is use on-device intelligence to recognize those systems and sort of streamline the process. It gets you to a human faster by navigating some of the automated junk for you.
Anything that saves me from that hold music is a win. Okay, let's pivot to aesthetics. specifically the always-on display.
A feature a lot of people turned off immediately.
I was one of them. I hated it. It just showed your whole wallpaper all bright and vivid. It felt like the screen was just on. It's distracting.
It was. It kind of defeated the purpose of a subtle at-a-glance screen.
Well, we finally fixed it. Under display and brightness, in the always active screen settings, there's a new option now.
Dim wallpaper photo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. It keeps the sort of colors, the vibe of your wallpaper, but it's not this obvious bright photo anymore. It's a great middle ground.
It's probably going to get a lot of people to turn that feature back on.
For sure. And speaking of cleaning things up, let's talk about the camera app. I love this. You can now customize the little icons you see at the top.
Right. In configuration, camera, then indicators, you can finally turn off the ones you never use.
Like I never used dual capture, ever. So now I can just hide that icon. It makes the whole interface feel so much cleaner.
And if you do need it, it's still there. You just tap the little 3 dots menu. You're not losing the feature, just hiding the shortcut.
Exactly. And while we're on visual stuff, there is an escape hatch for the whole liquid glass look of iOS 26.
Ah, yes, the transparency. Some people love it.
And some people find it really disorienting or even a little nauseating.
It can be. So if that's you, go to Accessibility, then Display and Text Size, and turn on Reduce Transparency. It basically gets rid of that effect and gives you solid, opaque backgrounds again.
Oh, and one last camera thing. There's a new feature called Camera Lens Cleaning Advice. Just turn it on.
Definitely. It warns you if it detects a smudge or dust on your lens before you take the picture.
How many photos have been ruined by a thumbprint? This is a lifesaver. Keep it on.
Okay, let's move on to connectivity. A couple of big ones here, especially for people who drive a lot.
Oh, I am so happy about this next one. CarPlay screenshot disabling.
A long, long time coming.
It drove me crazy. You take a screenshot of a text, and if your phone was plugged into your car, you get a useless second screenshot of your CarPlay map.
Every single time. It just clutters up your photo library.
Well, now under General, then Screenshot, there's a toggle for CarPlay screenshots. You can finally turn it off.
Thank goodness. And here's another one for audio. If you live in your AirPods, you need this. It's under AirPlay and Continuity.
It's called Maintain Audio in Headphones.
And it solves that incredibly annoying moment where you're on a call on your AirPods, you get in your car, and the audio just jumps to the car speakers without asking.
Yes. Or you walk into your living room and it jumps to the home speaker. This setting locks the audio to your headphones so it doesn't automatically switch. It's a huge quality of life fix.
It really is. Now, what about for people who get motion sick?
Right. So there's a feature called Vehicle Motion Indicators under Accessibility and Motion. It's been around, but they made it way better.
It put these little dots on the edge of the screen that move with the car, which helps your brain deal with the sensory mismatch of looking at a still screen in a moving vehicle.
And now you can make the dots bigger, you can add more of them, and you can change the color. I found that setting it to large black dots actually made a noticeable difference for me.
That's a great tip. And before we move on, one hidden AirPods feature that is it's brilliant.
Oh yeah, this is so cool. It works with older AirPods too, not just the new ones.
You can now record video on your iPhone, but use the microphones on your AirPods to capture the audio.
It's a toggle in the control center. And what it means is you can set your phone down, walk like 20 feet away, and still have perfect, crystal clear audio. It basically turns your AirPods into a wireless lapel mic.
That's amazing for creators, or even just for recording a quick message.
Okay, let's talk about saving battery life. And maybe some actual money.
All right, this is a big one. Background app refresh. This is probably the #1 silent battery killer on most phones.
It's what lets apps update their content in the background, even when you're not using them.
Right. So you need to go to Configuration General, then Background Update. The recommendation is to change this from always to Wi-Fi, or for most apps, just turn it off completely.
Because the app still updates the second you open it.
Exactly. You lose basically nothing in terms of functionality, but you save a ton of battery and data. Go through that list and be aggressive.
And on the topic of battery, there's a new smarter power saving mode.
Under Battery, then Power Mode, there's a new option called Adaptive Saving.
This is pretty cool. It learns your habits and intelligently dials back background activity and screen brightness when it knows you're not likely to be using your phone heavily. It's automatic energy saving.
It's much smarter than the old all-or-nothing low-power mode.
Okay, quick one for the Wallet app. This was a huge pain point. You could never see your full credit card details if you didn't have the physical card.
Right. You couldn't see the CVV code to buy something online, drove people crazy.
They fixed it. There's a button now that lets you securely view the full card number, the expiration date, and the CVV.
But here's the crucial tip. If you added your cards a long time ago, like on iOS 18, you might have to manually enter that info once for it to be saved. So check it now before you actually need it.
Good tip. And finally, let's do a quick financial cleanup. 2 things everyone should do right now. First, check your subscriptions.
It's right under your profile in settings. It is so easy to forget what you're paying for. The advice is to just cancel stuff you don't use anymore, even if it doesn't renew until like 2026.
Just do it now so you don't forget. And while you're there, turn on renewal receipt emails. It'll send you a warning before you get charged again.
Yes. And last thing, check your communication preferences under your profile. Apple loves to sneakily turn announcements and marketing emails back on after an update. Go turn that stuff off again.
That was a real deep dive. But if you take away just 2 things from all of this, what should they be?
I think it has to be those 2 default changes that just broke everyone's brain.
Number 1, go re-enable character preview in your keyboard settings. Get that little bubble back. It makes a world of difference.
And number 2, go set up request call reason in your phone settings. It is the single best way to deal with unknown callers, period.
Absolutely. And then check your background app refresh and your subscriptions to save some battery and some cash.
For sure. But before we wrap up, there's one last little provocative thought. A feature that got a surprisingly powerful update that nobody was expecting.
Oh, this is a fun one. If you use the built-in background sounds feature, the rain or ocean sounds for focus.
They added a full equalizer to it.
I know. Who saw that coming? You can now go in and adjust the bass, the treble.
Yeah.
There's even a setting for a focused versus a wide sound field.
And that wide sound field is amazing. It makes the ocean sounds feel like they're actually surrounding you, not just coming from your phone.
It's such an unexpected level of customization for basically a white noise machine. So, a little homework for you. Go play with those equalizer settings next time you need to focus. You might be surprised. Until the next deep dive, stay curious.